Welcome, Bernice. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, thanks so much for having me.
Can you tell us a little bit about your organization, Dream Defenders, and the work that you do for them, please?
Absolutely. So, Dream Defenders is a youth civil rights organization. We are focused on safety and a good life for folks across the state of Florida, and we will soon be expanding nationally, so that's really exciting. In my role, I am right now holding down the whole political department. Um, So focused on legislative session as much as possible, obviously, as that's going on. Trying to make sure that our membership understands what's happening during legislative session, and also that we're active and participating as much as possible to be a voice against these terrible bills that are coming up.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned membership. What is that, or who are your members, or can you talk a little bit about that too?
Absolutely. So our members are primarily youth across the state of Florida. Um, we're really focused on recruiting and supporting brown and black youth, um, and developing folks to really create change in their communities.
That's great. We definitely need organizations like yours, mobilizing young people, especially in this state with all the things that have been going on. I mean, from the book banning stuff. I mean, it seems like education is really at the forefront of this legislative session. And I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about some of the stuff that you all at Dream Defenders are following this session.
So there's a couple bills around education that we're following. Um, Right now, we are focused on HB 999, or the MAGA University Bill, as it's called. And really, this bill is incredibly harmful. It will completely overhaul our university system in Florida, eliminate any courses related to gender studies, which, funny enough, my sister actually got her degree in women and gender studies at University of South Florida, and soon that might not be an option that folks have here in our state
Wow.
at the public universities. So it eliminates teaching about critical race theory or intersectionality, which is so wild to me because college is really the place for you to learn and grow and develop your politic and understand more about the world, and understanding things like critical race theory and gender studies. Um, those are like basics. Like, I don't understand why they're trying to take those things away from us. Well, I do understand they're racist. But it is really just disappointing to see. The other thing that this bill would do is it would defund any like multicultural services. So any diversity, equity, um, and inclusion or critical race theory, they want to
Really?
ban completely. Yes, yeah. So lots of scary things happening. And, it's unfortunate that our state is going to suffer because folks are going to stop coming to universities here in Florida from out of state, is my opinion.
Yeah, I don't imagine there's going to be a significant sort of appeal if I mean, you mentioned the concept of intersectionality, and I wonder if you're able to sort of, for folks that maybe don't understand what that might mean, maybe go into what that is, because I think that that's pretty revelatory. Because like banning that to me is just insane. So if you could, what is intersectionality?
Yeah, yeah. Intersectionality, it's basically a lens to understand somebody's social identity,
Right.
basically. So how like race, class, and gender interact and impact an individual's life.
Yeah. So, like, I am intersectionality as a multiracial Black woman that identifies as, female, woman, she, her pronouns, and is also a child of immigrants, so first generation American. Like, so it's the intersection of so many different ways that we identify. And so, what? We have to like
Mm-hmm.
study each piece in a vacuum and not think about how, from a social perspective, all of those different parts of my identity just aren't recognized together. Like, that's wild. How are they even going to regulate that? Even if this
Yeah.
were to pass, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I'm not sure, to be honest. And then another thing this bill does is it actually eliminates the tenure system.
Oh,
Um, and so politically appointed trustees will oversee all university hiring. And that's really scary because the whole purpose of the tenure system is to protect professors so they could research and teach about like really cool and interesting subjects and not be pressured to find like a job or that the university will kick them out. And so the fact that they want to have politically appointed trustees hiring the faculty is scary.
yeah, it sounds like anti-education freedom overall, right? They don't want you to be free to study what you want. They don't want professors to be free to do their jobs. They don't want us to be free to join clubs of interest, organizations that support all of the different, facets of identity. I just so I'm imagining that folks that are listening or watching right now find that infuriating, and they probably are wondering what can any of us do about it? How can we get involved?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think there's a couple ways that folks can get involved. Um, the first would be going to Tallahassee.
Okay.
Now, I would definitely tell y'all that I am not a fan of going to Tallahassee. It's a long drive, and there's just a weird energy there for me. I think because of how the legislature is set up and the just the overall Republican dominance of government is kind of like so I would say going to Tallahassee is one way, and actually testifying in front of the committees for this bill.
Hmm.
You could also address a letter to the committees as well if you're not able to actually go to Tallahassee. And then another way is to get involved with an organization like Dream Defenders. We're always looking to support folks to make a difference in legislative session and beyond. So definitely look into local organizations that you could be a part of.
Awesome. And I'm going to imagine that you all, as Dream Defenders, are going to have different, actions around this, or social media, that kind of thing. Is that right?
We will definitely have actions around this, and we are planning to be in Tallahassee to speak against the bill as well.
Oh, awesome. Okay, so if folks want to, they can get plugged in with you all at Dream Defenders and potentially be a part of that, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Is there anything else about session that you think folks need to be aware of for this past week? Any other surprising things that you want to share before we let you go?
I would just say the abortion bill is very, very scary. Um, at 6 weeks, it's a 6 week abortion ban.
Hmm.
I don't know if most people know that they're even pregnant at that point. Um, it's so early on. People don't find out until later sometimes. And it's just devastating to know that I won't be able to have full autonomy over my body in the state of Florida.
Yeah, yeah, agreed. And it's when you say with the 6 week ban, it's effectively a ban. just straight up, right? Because of what you're saying around, the timing and things like that. And it is really scary because it's a dangerous precedent to set, right? For folks to not be able to make their own healthcare medical decisions, and that politics has to be a part of that decision. So first it's abortions, but what's next, right? What other kinds of medical care or procedures? We have now the transgender care ban as well. So it's not even that it's just
Mhm.
this one thing. And so I just, when you take it to its logical conclusion at a certain point, none of us is going to have control over anything to do with our bodies, and that is incredibly scary. So I appreciate you lifting that up, and encourage folks to check out Dream Defenders website, their social media accounts, join them in their days of action here at the Capitol. Thank you so much, Bernice. We really appreciate you joining us today.
Thank you.